what I'm going to show you right now is how to build a bulkhead. A bulkhead is essentially a box to cover this HVAC duct. You can see, if you look up here, there's a duct here, and we need to cover this. So we're going to cover it with a bulkhead right across, and let's say we try to make them as tight as possible. Let's say around 9 inches down. And it's going to be, you take your measurements from the ground, 78 inches across. There's a variety of materials you can use to make, to build a bulkhead. Right now we're going to use a 1.5 inch track, furring channel. It's also called hat track, and U-bar. This is angle or L-track, 2x1. Okay, so we take our layout. We're gonna go up to this joist, around 11 inches. So we draw it on the ground, 11 inches. Now remember, we're going as tight as possible. The bigger the bulkhead, the uglier. But too small, and it's not good looking as well. So there you go. See, you got 11 inches on the bottom. We're going right through the center of this joist. That way, when they run the drywall up to it, they have something to shoot to. Okay, so we said 78 for the top. So we'll take our track and cut it to 77.5. That way, it's not too tight when we put it up. We have a little room, wiggle room. One and 11 across. Do that after. Okay. This one. Same thing. Prepare your pieces in advance so you're not going up and down, cutting multiple times. So, we gotta figure out our height first. Go shoot the top. Set up our laser for the height. Remember, as tight as possible. We're going 9 down. Set the laser up at 9 down. 9 inches down. That's 8. So we're going to set it at 9 inches. Every bulkhead is different. Depends. Some have a set height, right? Like, let's say, for example, 8 feet from the bottom, 7 feet, whatever it is. We're going as tight as possible with a little bit of wiggle room. This does go up, so we actually have a lot more room than what I initially thought. Let's make it a little more. Let's bring it up a bit. Okay. So now we're set at 7 3/4. So I'm going to shoot the top track first. This goes right here. This is in the way. So we have to take this out. And we'll put it back in after. So make sure that your laser is in front of your steel, not inside your steel. This laser width is in 1/8. If you're inside, you're a quarter off. If you're too far outside, you're a quarter off. Either way. So look, you see the laser here? Screw this here. When you're screwing into wood, You don't need to put too many screws. It's really strong. Okay. Now we need to put our piece along the wall here. You'll see that we're missing a couple studs here. I'll show you how to do that after. So we're gonna cut 78 again for the back side. There's 3 pieces that we need to cut. Across there. We'll put this up. Now when screwing your pieces, start from the center. That way you have room on both sides to adjust. So here you got your center, right? Now if you're on a sliding baker, it might push you back. It's a good idea to lock it in place. If you don't have too much work area. Screw them into the studs. Whatever ones you have at the time. Make sure it's on your laser. Same thing. Okay, good. Now, where's that other screw that I had earlier? I tossed it. It's okay. We'll take this thing, put it back into place. See? There. Now it's above. So next we're going to cut the sides. So what I like to do is wherever my laser's going, if the stud is close by, we can use it. If not, we're going to have to build some backing so that we can screw this side piece on. In this case, looks like we should probably screw some backing. So what I do is I clip in front of each stud. And then the back side. This gives you a wing. 2 sides. Fold them back. This is how you make your backing. You can use any material really. Right? So this you're not going to screw right onto the laser. The green one. You're going to screw it center. That way they have something to screw drywall into. Right? See? Center. What? That laser doesn't have any magnets on it. So be careful with that. Okay, that's in. Now we can screw this backing in. The side piece into our backing. Here. 3 screws. 2 and 1 underneath to join these 2 together. That way the drywall doesn't fly up. Okay. Now that we got that in, we can drop a few pieces here. This is going to be a long piece of backing. We might be able to avoid that. So let's put our drops in. On this particular bulkhead, we'll do 20 inches. So it doesn't matter what side you take it from. So I go 20, 40, 60. Right? 60. And we're going to put our studs in, or U-bar, center of that mark. So we get our furring channel, U-bar, half mount, whatever you want to call it. we were 7 3/4, so we're gonna go a 1/2 inch smaller than that, so 7 1/4, and we have 3 pieces there. So we're gonna cut up 3 pieces. Cut 2 sides evenly. You flip it over. Now, if it's uneven, it's gonna go any which way. Make it even. It's gonna be a nice cut. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then underneath was 11. So we're gonna cut 3 pieces at 10 1/2, right? 1/2 inch smaller. That way we can move it around. The reason we're able to cut it smaller is because the lips of those of the track or angle are 1 1/4 inch. So we have at least 1 inch of room to move that around. So we cut 3 pieces here. Make sure not to get too close to your laser. If you do, you bump it, you might not realize it, and your bulkhead's going to be off. Then you have to redo it. Make sure your laser up here is always set. If it bumps down, you'll notice it. Make sure you adjust it now. Okay, we're going to put our 3 pieces in. Let me lock this. It's sliding around. There. And this side. So, you got your 3 pieces that you cut for your drops. Make sure you're able to, make sure you can see your laser. So over here we can see the laser, look. You see the green laser? Now we know our furring channel is above our laser. We don't want it to be too far, or else we're not going to be able to screw our L tracker angle onto that. So just make it, roughly a 1/4 inch above your laser, not below your laser, above. And then screw it in center. There you go, that's the first piece. And we're using our other pieces so that we can see the laser. Because if we don't have more pieces, look, we can't see the laser. We can't see the laser. And then we're gonna have to use our finger to adjust, right? And this hand is usually holding a gun with a screw. So we'll have to go like this, put it down, and screw it in. We can do that as well, but I don't know. I like to hold my pieces. Last piece, adjust, and screw center. Watch your finger behind. Make sure it's right across the hat track or the furring channel, okay? That way when you screw it, it won't go into your finger. Don't put your finger inside, because you're gonna get a screw in there. And I know from experience, I had a screw right through my finger, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't pretty. Okay, now we're gonna take our L track angle, put it up, and we are going to put it right on to the green laser. So this is our bulkhead height. So if you can see, look, that's no good, no good, no good. It's too over, right? You want it to be right on, or just touching it, right? And you try to make your drop, like the piece from the bottom, straight. If it's not 100% straight, that's fine. If it bothers you, then mark it out from the bottom, right? Our 20s. Now, once I put this part on, because this bulkhead is small, I could go ahead and screw this in so then I know it's straight, and then screw the other pieces. But I'll just screw all our drops in so that I'll show you how that's done. So screw all your drops in so that the piece is secure. Okay? Okay, look at the laser. You see the laser? Look, no good. It has to be touching half and half. Half below and half on. Okay? See? This is how it's supposed to look. You're supposed to see the laser a bit on your piece. Now, I'm gonna screw this piece into our side piece onto the red laser so that makes this side straight. So make sure, remember, half and half. We already got our height. So now we can turn this green laser off. We just try to save our batteries so that we don't have to charge throughout the day. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna fill in the bottom pieces. Same thing, 20 inches. So we don't want them to line up behind here because they won't fit in underneath here. So what we do is we go 12. Our first one is 12, and then we go 20 from there, okay? So we'll go 20 from our first mark of 12, 20, 40, and 60. Same thing up here, right? 20, 40. Every job site will have different requirements. Some say every 24 inches is okay, and some say every 16 inches. For here, we're doing 20. I cut one less, so I need to cut one more at 10 and a half. So what I like to do is I like to put the first one in like that. Now, if you don't have enough room here, you can put your finger behind and see, oh, I don't have enough room. So you can adjust your U-bar to move it so you have enough room. Make sure it doesn't point out too far so that if it points out too far, you're not gonna be able to push it in. So make sure you have enough room, right? Screw it in center. There you go. First piece. Center. We're gonna have to change the bit on this. This bit is done. Okay. So you're gonna put your two fingers on top and you use your thumb to adjust. See? 2 fingers on top to hold this piece, and your thumb is gonna adjust right onto the laser, center, okay? Remember, half and half. There you go. So we can see it. Okay? And when you're screwing, you wanna push hard, but the thing is, you're gonna overspin. If you overspin, sometimes this flies out and then you can screw your hand. So you gotta be careful. You have to be able to feel what you're doing. And once it punctures that, the L track or the angle, it goes in easy. But it's just getting up. Now I can just put my other couple pieces here, right? Because this is secure and level. So I'm gonna screw the bottoms on these 2 sides and then the fronts. Sorry, the backs and then the front. So half, right? I have a little room. That's in. Don't overscrew. You don't have to go full pressure. You can go half pressure. You don't have to go full. You can go half first until you're in, and then you can push full, okay? So there. Center. See, it doesn't matter. Even though we got it level here and level here, sometimes it can still move out. So don't just try to screw it. Make sure it's always on the laser. Make sure you put it on the laser and get it in. Same thing over here on the laser. And in. Okay, we're almost there. I forgot one piece here, and we're gonna have to put another piece there and some backing up there and over there. Okay, so we'll cut one more 10 and a half. Tape in your left hand. If you're right-handed, you cut with your right. So you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to get used to using the tape in your left hand. If you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, vice versa. Okay, screw that in. Same thing. Same thing. Right, onto the laser. See, this one's, look how far in it is. We're at about a 1/4 inch in. So we want to adjust it to the laser. Done. Shoot. Okay, this one moved on, move off. Come take a look here. See? I screwed it in, but it's off. This is no good, guys, right? This is gonna give you a bend in your bulkhead. You're gonna wanna put it right onto the laser and then up. Okay, now we're in. We got 2 end pieces, a bottom piece. And we do that for backing, and also it gives the bulkhead strength. We still have, do we still have extra L track or angle? Yes, we do. Okay. We're gonna put that here, right? So we just stick it up, put our finger to the bottom of the bulkhead so that we know where to cut. And we cut a little above our finger so that it's not hanging over and we have room to adjust. Okay. This one you can put a bunch of screws, or you don't have to put many at all. Just 2. One on the wall, right? Push it up to your bulkhead. Make sure it's on the laser, not off. Okay, that's in. And then into our dunzo. Okay, there. That's in there. We're gonna get a bottom piece here, right? Put this, remember, to the laser. Put laser on it. Cut back, not forward. We don't want it hanging over, or else it's gonna mess up the drywall. One screw onto the stud. These are on this particular site, they wanted locking. They wanted a hard corner. Usually these are floaters, right? So you can slide drywall in between, in behind. On this site, it's a hard corner, so we can screw onto here. If this is a floating stud, if it's a stud that moves over that you have to use to slide drywall through, don't screw into that. Or else they're not going to be able to put drywall behind. Oh, shit. Okay. So we'll put a screw there, a screw into the stud, and a screw into this track. Now we just join everything. Everything's joined. And you have your strong now. We'll put another piece over here, and that wraps up the bulkhead. Piece, cut. So when you're cutting, you cut one side, flip it, cut the other side. Don't try to cut through, because then it creates a bend in the angle. So we'll put this in here. 1, 2. And then here. Okay. For the sake of making it look good, we'll put another one up there. I should have got a nice bit for this. Okay. Now you can see for the last part of this wall, we're missing 2 studs. So, because I couldn't screw anything, if you come over here and you look up, there's no track up here. So I wasn't able to screw a stud in. So I wanted to build the bulkhead, get a few studs in first, build the bulkhead, and now I can put my stud up in behind and screw it. So we'll cut 2 studs a little bit higher than the bulkhead, right? So it gets up in behind the track. So this is at 7 feet. We'll cut it at 87. 2 studs at 87, 1 inch and 5 studs. And this is how you can build your wall behind. So if you have a chop saw, use it. Save your hands. 87. Doesn't have to be exact. It does have to be over there. Oh yeah, bulkhead's done, so we can turn this laser off. Your studs are pointing towards where you took your 16s from. These are 16 by 16s opening. Okay. So these studs are already on 16s. We can take our mark from here. Let's mark them. You can also use your laser and just point it center. But this side, I'm gonna go edge to edge. 16 here, and then we're gonna do another 16 here. Okay? Now we can screw our last two in. One and two. I hope you learned something. Stay tuned.